Hello everybody, it is the Last Raider back again with another video, and today, wow, the mighty are starting to fall. We're seeing the cracks, in my opinion. Here we have Gale Simone, who is one of the individuals who's responsible for the creating of comicsgate, honestly. Doesn't know really very much about writing comics. Most of her humor is something like your out-of-touch aunt would make, or it's full of food. But anyway, Gale Simone, who has been, anti-comicsgate and been the likes with Renfamous and lots of others. I mean, let's be frank, Heather Antos and many others, who have sat there and, railed against comicsgate of how they're not doing any good. Here comes Gale Simone. Okay, raise your hand if you hope to make comics or even a single comic story, but haven't yet done so. No judgments. I'm going somewhere cool, I promise. For those of you who raised your hand, I'm going to try something I don't think anyone's ever done before, certainly not on this scale. If you're interested in a craft experiment that will help you learn a lot of important tools to making comics, check later. Here's the best part. I don't care what your politics are, or your talent level or background. Anyone is welcome, provided they are open to learning and won't be critical of others participating. If you're a comicsgate or whatever and want to participate, have someone ask to unblock you and please behave. Okay. Here's what's happening. Comicsgate is winning. Comicsgate is making the buck. And Gale Simone, and you're going to see this with a lot of SJWs coming up, they're going to try and start getting in on the ground floor after all the shit they've pulled. Because it's like Meyer said. They don't want power. They don't want to be in charge. They want to be in positions of influence. Gale is right now trying to corridor. She sees all this new talent coming, and she's attempting to try and get ahead of it. Trying to make, I want comicsgaters in here too. If y'all just behave, I'll let you in, and then she'll have control and everything else, and she'll be able to refer you and all this. You're just giving her control of your life. Period. That's all this is. But it's also another thing. It's also a realization that Comicsgate is winning. You look at Raging Golden Eagle's comic Blade Devil, which I am buying. I had a hiccup with mine. I have to go back and reorder it. But I am ordering the darn thing. Look at Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet is at, what was it, like a day, and it made $200,000. And they're seeing this. They're seeing the possibility of consistency. If Cyberfrog runs its same run like it did, there's a good chance that Ethan Van Sciver will make over $1 million on that one. He's at 200,000, which means in one day, which means he is pulling, probably getting in there stronger than he did before. And I've got to get the money together to get Cyberfrog, because frick, I ain't missing out on that one. I'll have the money by the time before that campaign's even over. By the way, like I said, they're looking at this and they're seeing Comicsgate can not only can Comicsgate make a check, we can cash the check, literally. And so now, I think you're going to see more of this. I think you're going to see, because there's other, I haven't been able to find the original tweet. This is coming from Raging Golden Eagle. But I've seen tweets in response to other responses to this by Gale Simone, and she's acting like, I was just trying to be nice to the bad faith actors out there, show some civility. But y'all don't want to. No, that's you, Gale, covering your own ass, because you know what's coming down the pipe after this. Okay, if you start letting comicsgaters inside of this little school, or comicsgaters, simply sit back and say, yeah, we're not doing this. You have to go in there and denounce it. You have to go in there and act like you were trying to be the bigger person here, because if you don't, all the Kool-Aid drinkers out there are going to come in there and try and tear you apart. You might be out of a job over this tweet. Who knows? Because let's be frank, there are no friends in SJW land. There are only allies. And allies are very capable of stabbing each other in the back. But hey, you know what? Keep making these keep trying, because we've seen you now. We've seen how you really are, and a lot of us remember, and we will converse with each other. It's the time coming in. It's like Raging Golden Eagle said. These people, he said this in a tweet. These people, once they get power, they'll be nice to you because they're not in power yet. They don't have any control. Once they get in control, and speaking of Comics Artist Bro Secrets, man, got to get that book. But anyway, like Raging Golden Eagle said, they're only nice to you when they're not in power. When they get power, that's when they're going to be mean. It's kind of like, it's almost like socialist governments to an extent. You know, they take away the people's ability to fight back, and then they just starve them to death. And so 60 million people die from starvation. I mean, god dang, a famine that's caused by the government. I mean, who knew? But anyway, yeah, this is comicsgate winning. I think what you're going to see is a complete and total up into the market. You're seeing rumors of DC being sold off. You're seeing Marvel is struggling at the moment. They're flooding the shelves right now trying to get somebody to buy something, and then you got Ethan Van Sciver pops out with one comic, makes over $1 million. He's now selling back issues for more money. Colored back issues from his original comic that he has full control over. And that's the thing about Comicsgate's model is you can have full control over your product, and you're not getting the comic companies now, the big two that normally were necessary, who took the lion's share of the money. They're no longer necessary. I'll put it to like this. The traditional comic book market right now, compared to Comicsgate market, is like a fat, overweight Italian boxer who's past his prime and stopped trying years ago and just ceased training and didn't throw a punch for 40 something years, now going up against a young, spry, lightweight, fit, agile, lean, fast-hitting boxer that can deal the same level of damage they can. It's not a contest of strength. It's not a contest of who's faster on the shelves or who can put the most blows down. It's a contest of time. And all the younger boxer has to do is just sit back there and make some subtle jabs and force the old boxer to walk across the floor until they get too tired and have a heart attack and pass out on the floor. Anyway, I'm The Last Raider. If you like this video, folks, please be sure to like and leave me a comment. I like responding to the comments on the page. And also, because I also learned some things that I didn't know. I learned a few things the other day. But anyway, also, if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, hit that bell for notification. And as always, I'm The Last Raider. Stay frosty, keep your heads on a swivel, and I'll see you guys next time.